I don't know how many of you are still in that. US unemployment rate, non-farm rates, important ones, pound, construction PMI, dollar specs. Alright. I'm a little bit rusty on this.
It's alright, Dane.
Yep. Alright, US dollar index, obviously on an uptrend. What am I on here? I'm on an hourly. That's not good, is it? 1 day.
That's the minute chart. Then go to the yeah, the yeah, for the.
Alright, so on a downtrend from here, but in the last few days, a little bit of a retracement upwards. Oh gosh, no way of getting this bigger. Doesn't matter. We're still on an uptrend overall. I don't know how to draw lines or anything. So at the moment, it's possible it could come down a little bit more, but at the moment it's looking like it could go up for the next couple of days, and we're just after the start of month for you, aren't we? 1st of August for you. So this going up means US dollar going down. Is that right?
That means that the US dollar has the potential to go up, while the majors, especially like the euro or the pound, has the probability of dropping.
Yeah, okay. For some reason I thought we had a inverse relationship here. It's so long. I'm not going to be very informative on these. It's looking like they're expecting better figures than previously. So doesn't that mean though that if the figures are good, that the US dollar is actually likely to go down?
Oops, it's more likely to go up.
To go up?
Correct, yeah. Even better, if you if you click on that, so you will see that if the actual is
I know that it's actually good. I know it says good for currency, but for some reason I always thought, all right.
Well, really, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what we think. The market, whether it will be negative or positive, whatever the market will react to it. But what it's saying over there, the probability that if it's much better than the majority, then it'll be better for the dollar.
I need to see what this guy says as well, I guess. Financial conference. Can you hear me, by the way? Or am I too quiet?
Oh, we can hear you. So Jason and John, and feel free to give Dean feedback, help him out, and see how he's doing.
Do you want me to have a look at on the chart, anything, or?
Choose 2 pairs, Dean. 2 pairs using M2 and M3 from a bigger time frame all the way to a smaller time frame.
Yeah, okay. Pick a time frame. Well, we're not really at the month now, are we? So we're past. Oh, well, we're only just past the month. Do you want to look at the month?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Dean, can I recommend something real quick?
What am I doing here? Yep. Sure.
You know where your tabs are?
Yep.
You can link those together or color code them or whatever, so they, when you change one pair, they all change. I think you might have done that already, but
I think I'm this one. Yeah, the other one I didn't because I was looking at all my trades.
yeah. And if you want to, you can have your tabs labeled from left to right, like the weekly, daily, then 1 hour, and it just makes it easy to organize them. You stay a little bit more organized like that. I think most of us do it that way.
I did think I was on the opposite, as in hourly, daily, weekly. For some reason, I've probably changed my. I don't use this thing too often. This hourly, 4 hourly, I wanted here. Daily, weekly, monthly. All right, from an M2 and M3 perspective, what was it? Or M2, just an M2 perspective.
Both
Anyway,
M2 and M3. M2 and M3.
Okay, well, I'm going to break the rule a bit. I've got the thing down here. I'm going to ignore it on the M3. So M2, obviously not, unless this is a long way off.
Okay, then what we'll do is just do M3 then. Just do M3, okay? M3.
M3.
Yeah, and then get rid of
no
the
worries.
stochastics for me, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
M3, well, it looks like it's, yeah, so it would have been way back here, so no. Weekly, again, all the way back here. Daily, it's really a bit late on the M3, should have been up here. It's an entrance point. 4 hourly, definitely not. 1 hourly. Pushing your luck a little bit on that, but on I guess we are close to the 8 of a 10 after it's crossed back from here, so it's come back. We're still below, so if this stayed below, you could enter at the end of the hour. Two pairs, euro yen, just a bit different. I'll start with the biggest. We start with the biggest or the smallest first? Smallest time frame first?
What? No, you start with the higher time frame. You start with the yeah,
monthly.
Yeah, but you only do daily, 4 hour, and then 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So we're not concerned about weekly because we're not at the end of the week yet.
No, that's right.
Okay, so daily, at the moment there's, got another, it's only 9 hours in, so it's a fair way to go before the end of the day, but based on M3, if this stays above, there might be an entrance to go long. 4 hourly, ages ago. 1 hourly, I think it's below, so no, nothing there. That's 2 pair. Do you want to keep going on up there, or?
Just one more pair, please, Dean. Just one more pair. One more pair.
Something else different. US Swiss on the daily. Similar position. We're waiting for the end of the day here, which is still a long way off. It's only 9 hours in. Nothing on the 4-hourly, nothing on the 1-hourly. Could have been in down here.
All right, nice. Thanks, Dean. See, it's good practice once again. Okay, excellent. All right, Jason, your turn.
Okay, so starting off with the dollar index on the daily. So overall trend is bullish right now. Sellers currently in control of the current candle. Strong movement up to the upside though. Here's our pivot here with our lower low, higher low. And so continuation to the upside, highly probable, especially in the strength of this candle. And so, oh, I forgot to draw the supply and demand levels. Oh yeah, no, they're here. So here's our demand level here. Basically at 81.40 and right about here at 82.40. So price trying to break out there through that level and testing it currently. So matter of time, take off and move back up to the upside, creating a new higher high. Prices to beat right now are the next level of supply 83.02 and 83.46, and the highest price to beat is 84.75. Once we can break that level, we'll see new highs. And so that's for the dollar index. Then look at news. So today's Friday, August 2nd, currently 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're currently in some medium impact news, Spanish unemployment for the euro, and then for the Swiss we have PMI, and then for major impact we have the pound and the dollar with construction PMI and non-farm employment and unemployment rates to be announced later on today or tomorrow. And then also at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they have Federal Open Market Committee Bullard speaking as high impact. So I've actually never seen that before, so that might be something to look out for. So just something to keep in mind, especially if you're day trading for that high impact news at 12:15. And so looking at the stock futures, overall markets are currently bullish. All of them are right now. So it's looking good for overall market movement to the upside. And so for my pairs, I'm just going to pick anything pretty much. So I did the dollar CAD yesterday, so I'll try the euro dollar. Okay, so looking at daily on the euro dollar. So overall, it's kind of consolidated right now with lower highs and higher lows. Actually, no, it's not. It's in a downtrend. This low is actually it's close. It's actually at a level of demand right here. So price currently in a downtrend on the high side right here, testing this level here right now at 131.95 with buyers currently in control of the current candle. Strong bearish candle on the previous side, so could see some movement down to breakout below this level here on this level of demand. No pivot yet as has been formed to signal anything going up, so no swing low pretty much, and so continuation to the downside I believe is highly probable, especially since price tested this level here and failed, and just now coming off of this level of supply here, so continued movement to the downside. And so the weekly still being bearish. I would look at the overall trend with the daily as well, or the current candle. So bears currently in control of the weekly, and I believe movement down to the downside is highly probable. Let's check the 4-hour. So overall, buyers are in control on the overall trend, currently in a level of demand right here too at 131.95. Testing this level, some indecision here, so some stabilization and then continuation up to the upside, retesting this level at 132.65, and then highest price to beat right here is 133.46. So once price can break that level, we'll see a continuation to the upside and continue the trend upward. If not, potentially price could fail and then continue on down to the downside. But right now I'm bullish on 4 hour. 1 hour. So in the short term, it's currently bearish with the buyers currently in control of the current candle, although very weak. Stabilization right here. Long-term trend's kind of neutral within this range here between 133.07 and 132.49. So basically just stabilizes for this for this range for the most part till it started to pick up some momentum, and then sellers ultimately getting control of the price here on the short-term range. So as it consolidates, it can actually do anything. But overall trend is down, so I anticipate price movement moving with the trend, with the short-term trend, at least until to the 131.95 level, which is right here. And if it can break that level, then we'll look at price moving about to the 131.67 level to establish a new level of demand there. So that's the 1 hour. So with this, I'm also bearish with this. And so let's look at method 2. So nothing for method 2 on the daily. 4 hour, nothing for the 4 hour. And 1 hour, nothing for the 1 hour as well. Method 3. So we could have a signal to go short based off of this candle if it can close below the 8 and the 10. Right now it's pretty weak, so it could potentially do so. Still half a day left in the trading day, so anything can happen at that point. So a little bit of consolidation here as well within this range. So could be a pretty good trade if this can close down below that level. Let's check the 4 hour. 4 hour overall trend is bullish right now. However, this would be our signal to go short right here based off of this candle. And so a little bit of movement down to the downside, a little bit of a gap here. So and some consolidation. So nothing really for the 4 hour. And the 1 hour, here's an entry to go long here, giving you another price, better price to go in. Overall trend on the short side is also down though, so something to be careful of. One thing I forgot to go over was the Dow. So let me do that real quick. Okay. Okay, so definitely still in a bullish run to the upside with the bulls currently in control of the long-term and short-term, as well as the current candle. Price stabilized here a little bit, so some sell-off going on, and then bulls regained control after again push the price back up to this new high at 15,650. So if price can break through this high right here, then by tomorrow or during the week, then we'll see continued movement to the upside, creating new highs. If not, then this will be the price to beat right there at 15,634 before continuing down to the downside. But I'm definitely bullish with the major indices based off of the current movement with the buyers clearly in control. So that's for the Dow. And so I have one more pair to do. We'll do the pound dollar.
Sorry, Jason. Yep. We'll stop through there because we're running out of time. We'll just do one.
Okay.
Thanks, mate. Okay.
Yep.
And your turn. Then we'll have John to be the last one.
Okay, you guys can see my screen? Cool. So I'm gonna go over the Euro Swiss. So let's take a look at the macro fundamentals to start off with. At 5 o'clock my time, about half an hour, we'll have the Euro Spanish unemployment change, which is a medium report. Swiss is also reporting. Pound, major ones are the pound and the US, non-farm employment and unemployment rate. Couple of medium reports there, and then later on tonight, my time, 2:15 a.m. Okay, Mr. Bullard is going to speak, so that's a major report there for the U.S. But the one that I'm looking at will be the Euro report, which is happening in half an hour's time. Okay, with the dollar index. Okay, so the dollar index bulls, yesterday was an indecision candle, so the bulls finally won the day, and big push to the upside by the buyers. Currently it's showing some form of stabilization. However, because the bulls are quite strong, this could be a possible further push to the upside, so the next price to beat will be, the next high will be around about the 83 price area. There's also some ranges here between 82.57, 82.60 to about the 83. So if it goes there, it could be a possible push right there to the upside. But if not, it could be a stabilization, a little bit of correction, and then continuation to the upside. Okay, so that's the DXY. Let's take a look at the futures. Futures looking at a positive open, plus 24, so it's not as strong as yesterday, but still to the positive side. S&P plus 2 and NASDAQ plus 8. And the Eurozone is quite strong in the futures as well, so positive there, looking good for the Eurozone. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow. Dow 30, after that consolidation period between the two price points, higher low, nice higher high here, pushed to the upside by the buyers, and possible continuation as well by the bulls to the upside today. If not, correction or stabilization before it will continue to the upside also. Okay, let's take a look at the Euro Swiss based on M1. Nice push to the upside by the buyers, nice pivot point right here. No correction, so it's also further push now by the buyers. We're going to move this uptrend line right here to here. Confirm pivot. Once it breaks the secondary downtrend line, then the next price to beat are these areas right here. 124. And 124.68. So if it breaks this secondary downtrend line, has the possibility of going further up and testing up to the 126.40 price areas. But first it needs to beat this high here and then that high over there. Got bulls in control right now. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, also clear indication of buyers in control, running out of steam a little bit, some form of stabilization happening here before further push to the upside, but still buyers in control. 4-hour chart, it's 4-hour, 1-hour chart. Also buyers in control at the moment, stabilizing at the moment before it continues to the upside, but there's no setup at this stage to go short, more to the upside. M2 daily, no setup, heading towards the overbought area. 4-hour chart, very overbought, but currently there's no setup. However, it finishes like this, need one more candle for a trigger to go to the short side. 1 hour. 1-hour chart, also very overbought, but currently there's no setup. M3, This is nice. First candle above the 8 and the 10. So it closes above the 8 and the 10. Then we've got a trigger tomorrow at the close of the day to go long. Since this will now have the good possibility of moving towards the upside, creating new higher highs since it's on an uptrend overall. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, also to the upside at the moment, big gap between the 8 and the 10, and the 1-hour chart, the entry was this candle right here, and it's still in play to go to the upside at the moment. So still no exit strategy. Any questions with the Euro Swiss? So there's no setup at all for this pair.
Okay, no worries. Last but not least, John, your turn.
Alrighty. Guess we're running out of time. Everybody's seen the news, and so got a lot of Euro and Euro news going on right now. And then, of course, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, got a lot of dollar news going on. So good opportunity for day trades or just to watch how it affects trades that we're currently in, like the dollar CAD. Let's see here, dollar index. Okay, so we're at the end of the week. Take a look at the weekly on the dollar index. Currently, the bulls are in control. It's coming off of the beginning of a possible, depending on what kind of candle we get next week. It could be a pivot indicating more stronger movement in the weekly chart to the upside. It's touching on this level of demand here at 81.4550. It is overall, it has been for a while, in a uptrend. So my forecast is that at least in the weekly that we're going to see movement to the upside. Definitely got an area of supply here, 83.4940. Price to beat is 84.7530. I think it eventually will get up there and continue with a new higher high on the weekly. And daily's got the same thing kind of going on. Well, actually not with the candle movement, but overall uptrend. Just came off of a pretty strong pivot here. Some indecision right now. Probably waiting on news. So get this doji forming. But unless it's really horrible news, I doubt that it's going to push it down too far. Maybe a small retrace. Probably not as far down as this area of demand right here, but if it did, it may come down and then continue back to the upside. I've got an area of supply here at 83.27, and of course, way up here, the price to beat is 84.7530. So, but my forecast is that even for a small retrace, it's going to continue to the upside and test this area of supply at 83.27. That's the dollar index. Dow Jones. Okay, so after all this consolidation and sideways movement, the buyers are now, the bulls are now in control, and they're pushing the price up to blue sky territory again, sitting up there at what is it, 15,628, where it closed at. Overall trend is up. So after all this stalled movement, my forecast is that the Dow, the index, is going to continue to the upside in this overall uptrend. So my forecast is bullish on the Dow, and same goes for the S&P. It's looking very similar. There we go. See, even stronger. So my forecast is the same for the S&P. And we've all looked at the markets. And of course, they all agree. They believe everything's going to go up. The U.S. markets and European markets and Asian markets. So everybody's green on that with regards to the direction that the indexes and markets are going to go. And it's kind of slim pickings on the pairs. I think the one I was looking at most recent is the pound yen, just because of the recent euro news and pound news. And I was actually working on this one while we were talking. Okay, so look at the weekly on the pound yen. Basically, we got this hammer forming, coming off of a slight movement to the upside, some sideways movement as well. But it's testing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this fifth tertiary. Actually, it's not testing; it's not completed yet. I drew that on there incorrectly. So it broke it just barely. It broke this this fifth trend line, and it's sitting kind of above this area of demand right here. But the overall trend is up, and this may be the formation of a pivot. It really all depends on what happens next week with regards to a confirmation candle. But based on the trend and based on the fact that I didn't want to break this previous lower low, I believe that it will continue to the upside with some kind of confirmation next week. On the daily, okay, so the daily, we probably better off if I erased all the stuff from previous work, but okay, so coming off a really bearish movement to the downside, it did break the previous lower low. However, this lower low here that kind of defines the overall trend right here. It did break it. You would have to, I believe, to change this trend. I believe that it would have to break this low at 147.244 to really say that it's now in a downtrend. So I still believe that overall it's in an uptrend. This is not a pivot. However, it is a significant movement to the upside, and right now we've just got a bearish and the bullish candle forming. Nothing really to go off of with regards to an M1. The news could move it on a lower time frame. However, I redraw these trend lines. Let's see here. These are all just. I'm just going to move them. It's a mess. Okay. Let me just kind of change everything here. All right. And really, what I want to do is put this here. Granted, this candle finishes above the low on this candle finishes above this, then this will be your, I believe, hold on a sec here. Yeah, that'll be your lower low. Okay. It may just move into this cone right here and complete a little bit of a sideways movement before it probably chooses to break back to the upside. So we might see some more movement to the upside. If it moves down to this area of demand, then there could be an opportunity to go long on this at 148.805, but currently nothing, no opportunities there on M1. Let me do this. Let me go to the 4 screen. There we go. Okay, M2 on the daily. We have no setup, so it's not good for stochastics or candle movement. Go to the 4-hour. Okay. Again, stochastics look good for going short and being overbought. However, the candles do not meet the standard. I'll just stick with 4-hour. We're running out of time. Okay, so going to M3 over here. I'll make this larger. There we go. Going to the M3 in the daily. No setup. To go 2 in, you'd have to jump in right at the close of this this candle right here. Pretty far from the moving average. However, obviously there's a little bit of movement there for you to take advantage of. Maybe there'll be an opportunity to go back across and go long on this later. 4 hour. Again, nothing. The opportunity would have been right up here in this close right here. Again, slim pickings on that one, pretty far from the moving average, but it did provide some opportunity for some gains there. Yeah, let me ask. Okay, and 1 hour. Let's see here. All right, so this was 2 in right here, and still 2 in. So there it is right there. Opportunity to go in the 1 hour if you want to trade this in the 1 hour, and see where it goes. Your opportunity is right now to click on that, and that's pretty much it for the pound yen.
Okay, any questions for John? None. Okay, so we're ready for the next 20 minutes. Not bad. You guys are gonna look at the euro, dollar, anything with the euro, your Swiss, your dollar, euro, yen, and I want you guys to create a plan. See if you're gonna go long, short, or hold based on the news that's gonna come at midnight, and then we're gonna discuss it afterwards. So I'll give you 5 minutes just to analyze it and have a look at it, and then I'm gonna ask individually and see what you're gonna do with it. You're gonna go long, short, or do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself, and whenever you're ready, go ahead.
I'm already into at the moment. So actually, and when euro yen, US yen. So.
All right, let's start from you, Jason. What are you going to do? That now the news is going to come in at about 11 minutes. Which pair will you be choosing, and what's the plan? Long, short, or do nothing?
So I'm looking at the euro dollar right now, and on daily it's in the level of demand in bullish, and on the 1 hour it's also in the level of demand right now, based off of this support level here. So I believe that this will actually it's my bias on this is bearish. Plus it broke this primary downtrend line here on the 1 hour as well. I'm not going to enter yet though because the news can do anything with this price on the 1 hour. So I will hold for right now, but I'm anticipating it moving up. So I'll put an order in to actually to buy just on top of this level of supply here, and then if it triggers it in, then I know I was correct in my bias.
All right, a couple of things I want to know. When are you going to go in, and what price are you going to go in?
So let's see. We actually at the 132.24. I'll set an OCO order to enter.
132. What? Sorry.
132.24.
Why? To go long or go short?
To go long.
Why would you go long at 132.24?
Because if news pushes the price down, it won't trigger the order in. So basically, I won't be in the trade if I'm wrong.
Well, firstly, the question I need to ask is the direction of the trade. Up or down?
So right now it's down.
So if it's
On the
down,
on the 1 hour it is, but on the daily it's bullish. Right here.
is it really bullish?
Well, not except for that candle, but I mean the overall trend right here is bullish on the short term. So I can't really draw a trend line down here yet because there is no high. There is no lower high right now. It's just this big bit. I mean, this is a strong candle, so I am looking at that as well, but
Okay,
that's
so
the conflict right now.
what is the trend, up or down?
It's down. Overall, it's down.
Okay, overall it's down. You said it's an uptrend. So which
From
one?
here
Which one will you choose then? The uptrend or the downtrend?
I'll go with the downtrend.
So you're unsure. You're just now second guessing, right? That I'll go with the downtrend. Okay, I'll take that on board. You'll take the downtrend. Okay, what was the candle yesterday? Bullish or bearish?
Bearish.
Okay, so you go back to your 1 hour. Why would you go long at 132.24?
Because I believe this price is being supported right here. So
will you go long or will you go short? Why would you go long? That's the thing, okay? Ponder on that. I will go to the next person. In terms of why would you go long at 132.24? If it's a level of supply at 132.24, why would you go long if you are going to take that the bears are currently in control? Are you going to win or are you
yeah, I
going to
was
lose?
looking at this trend right here. Like I said earlier, I was just looking at this trend here, not the overall trend, because we're just looking at the intraday charts right now. So I'm just looking at...
What's the intraday chart telling you? Is it bullish or bearish?
well, right now this candle broke out of this trend line, though. That's what I was looking at. But, I mean, yeah, overall it's bearish right now.
Is the high, did the high break the last high?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
double
I
check
see
it.
what you're saying.
Double check
you're
it for
right.
me.
Okay.
So is the current high, did the current high break the last high?
No, it didn't.
By how many pips? How do I
Tested
know?
it exactly.
But how though?
So the high is 132.22 there, and 132.22.6 and 27. So it's higher by 1 pip here.
By 0.0001 of a pip.
Yeah.
Okay, with that dictating it. So even though there's a new lower low currently breaking through the last high, you are in a new trend. However, in order to pursue that is going to be a new change of trend, you need a lower high. Okay, but it's a level of supply and a downtrend. If you are going to buy at that supply level on a downtrend, you will still lose. What would be a better price of buying? What would be your plan? What would be a much better bet? If you're going to strategize to create a plan, what would be a better price?
Like 132.05 or 132.08.
Bingo. That would be a much better bet rather than you waiting to go 132.25 to go long, right? Because if that goes there and all of a sudden it tanks to the downside, then you're done. You will lose because the trend is still on downtrend. Much better bet is to sell around that area. Guaranteed your probability of winning will be triple the dose compared to buying against the trend. I would rather short rather than go long because you're with the tide.
You mean short at 132.22?
Oh yeah. 132.22, 132.24, 132.25. I want to short that and I will put my stop. Where do you think my stop is going to be? If I'm going to short that, where do you think my stop is going to be?
132.66?
Absolutely. Because your probability of winning will still be higher because what other indicators dictating that the probability of euro will drop tomorrow?
The trend
What else?
and the level of supply.
No. What other indicators are you basically giving us? What did you analyze at the very beginning?
Oh, the dollar index.
Exactly. That's why, you know, here comes once again, not just with you, Jason, but for the rest of the group, you need to be consistent in the way how you're analyzing from the macro fundamentals all the way down from a bigger time frame to the smaller time frame. And the reason is that if you're going to go long, but your dollar index is saying also to go long, then it's going to go the other way, right? It's no longer correlated. All right, sweet. Yeah, thank you. I got to 11:56. All right. And we'll go through you. Just a quick one. You have less than 30 seconds to explain what your plan is. Go long, short, or do nothing.
Okay, I've got the same thing with with the euro dollar. Okay, with the news, the plan is it's to go short. It could retrace a little bit if the news is good, but because this candle yesterday is very strong, it's on the downtrend, it's most likely to drop. So it may have a short retracement to the upside with the news, and then it could drop with the overall news in the US. The other indication is that on the M3, it's below the 8 and the 10, and if it closes below the 8 and the 10, it's even stronger to go short as well.
So why will you be looking at daily chart, not on the smaller time frame? If you're going to plan and execute in the next 2 minutes, why look on the daily chart?
Okay, because the intention is to swing trade, but if I'm going to trade this right now,
Correct.
To trade this right now is a short-term trade as a retracement. Now I can see that it's struggling to go to the 50% at the moment. So depending on the news, if it doesn't break this level right here, then I will go short.
Okay, because my question before intent is for you to create a plan before the news, and then part of the plan is what you're going to do, go long, short, or hold. All right, you got 11:58. I'm going to stop here for Ann right now. I want you to execute a trade, either a live trade, preferably a live trade using a micro account, or it's really up to you, Minnie, because I want you to feel the actual feeling of putting a live trade on a live trading environment. So what are you going to do? You're going to go long, short in the next 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to mute myself when you're ready and go. Everybody has to execute. Okay, either go long or short, doesn't matter. If you lose, who cares? Okay, I'm not after the end result, I'm after you for about the experience. Okay, in actual fact, they're just saying it's more advanced with the euro, or basically with FXCM compared to my clock. Okay, let's see what you guys have got. All right, minus 64.9 compared to minus 80. And if the actual is less than the forecast, then technically speaking, it should be good for the currency. The question is, why is it not playing the way it should be? So in other words, it shows once again that it doesn't really matter sometimes with the news where you can see price action, that if the bears are currently in control, regardless of what the price is going to be, they won't actually push it to the upside. And the reason is that if the day before is showing that, hey, the bear is in control, there's some form of fear over there, then at one point in time, the probability that they could push the price further to the downside is highly probable. Yes, currently you can see here it's struggling to have a higher high, perhaps a higher low, and the next one maybe a higher high. And then this is where I'm going to take and start of analysis that if it chooses to go to the upside and part of retracement, then I'm going to go short. So in other words, to go long won't be as much of a higher probability of winning compared to going short. So the better ideal is that once it reaches to a certain level, which is a much better, stronger supply level, then you short rather than you go long because you're against the tide. Doesn't make sense. Okay, well, I'm gonna start. And what did you do? Did you go long or short or did nothing? But in actual fact, I want you to do this two. Either you go long or you went short.
I went short.
Dean?
But it's not moving at the moment.
That's okay.
I actually went long on the Euro Swiss.
Okay. Harry?
And up 40 to the positive.
Harry, you there? Hello? All right, Jason.
I went short.
Okay. John?
I went short on the 1 hour.
Short on the 1 hour. Okay, no worries. All right, any questions based on tonight's class? What did you guys learn today aside from doing back to front once again or front to back?
Since I'm doing day trading now, in addition to the daily swing stuff, it's important to have that plan. That very first time that we traded, when we all stayed up late, I had no plan. And I was totally screwed up. I didn't, I was all over the place. So part of my routine now, when I get up and look at the news and everything, is I have a plan. So this time around, I was a lot smoother and a lot more confident. And even though the news was negative, I still initiated my plan, and I feel better about how I handled it.
Awesome. Very nice. Thanks for sharing. Okay. Anyone else aside from John? See, it doesn't matter if you're a day trader, a swing trader, and so forth. You can replicate this from a small time frame all the way from a bigger time frame, small time frame. A good trader is someone who is so adaptable with the multiple time frames, and they would know which one to switch because they can actually really see it. So if you're doing swing trading, then you need to look at what is the major trend, the weekly and the monthly. And even if you're going to go against it, then the probability of you losing, you guys going to get stopped out is highly probable. But if you are with the trend with the bigger time frame, man, then it doesn't really matter what happens in between. You are going to win because you are with the tide, right? There's going to have small ripples here and there, but at the end of the day, the tide is still going to take you to where it's meant to be. So the other part is, from with the planning perspective, aside from the listening component, is that when you're planning, you have 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Even 5 minutes is good enough, ample time to create a quick plan. Because if you can really see it, you should be able to, the point of where you should be being at is, as a trader, is that in less than pretty much 2 or 3 minutes, you should be able to see everything from a bigger time frame to a smaller component. You can make your choice aside from the decision that you're going to make, the choice either to go long or short. That is it, not the decision. The decision process is part of your planning. Then after that, you're going to make a choice. But once you choose the wrong path, then that will shape your destiny to a different component. It will lead to a negative profit, okay? But if you choose the right, of course, then you'll make money. See, look at the price. The price is currently dropping at the moment. So regardless whether, from this point of view, you should easily make 3 pips or 5 pips in 5 minutes, 6 minutes. So to make money in the markets, it's easy if you choose the direction correctly, with the right time, in the right moment. All right, so that is it for tonight's class. If there's no any other questions, then we'll wrap it up. And then we'd just like to talk to Manny, Harry, and Ann very briefly, please. All right, guys, have a good night.
Thanks, Ray.
No worries.
Bye.